Hi there, I'm Dr. Melissa Pons, and thanks so much for tuning in to the Health Spotlight. And today I'm sharing with you about a topic I'm not sure most of us even realize we could be struggling with, and it's the hypoglycemia and depression connection. Now, this blog post I labeled hypoglycemia and depression connection, but know that hypoglycemia can also be connected to anxiety, irritability, and even just feeling low. You don't even have to name it depression, but you could just be prone to feeling low. And I know that during the winter season in particular, a lot of people struggle with what's referred to as the SAD disorder. And there really is a huge blood sugar connection to any and all of these aforementioned psychological symptoms: depression, anxiety, feeling low, feeling irritable. Now, in today's go, go, go society, we tend to get up and jet out the door before eating breakfast. And sometimes we're so busy we don't have time for lunch. And then come time dinner, we're starving and ravishing, and we just gorge on this huge meal. And what's happening is when you do this to yourself, you're putting your body on a metabolic roller coaster. And I could go on and on about how this is really bad for your adrenals, your metabolism, your brain health. But today I want to focus on what this means for your emotional health, which I would argue is the most important part of your health, because this really determines how you experience your life, how you engage with your loved ones, and how you perform at work. And so what I'm referring to when I say depression is the effect that this low blood sugar can have on your body's ability to create serotonin, which is the happy neurotransmitter. Did you know that when your blood sugar dips out, you literally don't have enough insulin to facilitate healthy neurotransmitter balance? And what that means is, without insulin, there's nothing really keeping that door open into the brain for the building blocks of serotonin to enter in. I refer to insulin in this case as the gatekeeper for serotonin building blocks to get into your brain so that your brain can then create the serotonin that you need to stay happy during your day. And so when your blood sugar drops out, there's quite literally not enough gatekeepers to open up the blood-brain barrier for those serotonin building blocks to enter in. So the factory workers in the brain that are supposed to be creating serotonin just don't have enough substrate to work with. And so without realizing it, as your blood sugar dips down, so too do your serotonin stores. And so our tendency when our blood sugar dips out is to want to go ahead and reach for high sugary foods or high carb foods. They don't even have to be sugary, but things that are going to break down into sugar, like bread, pasta, cereal, croissants, pastries, those kinds of things. And what happens is you get a rush of insulin, which for a second kind of gives you that sense of feeling really happy and giddy. It's kind of an ongoing joke between my husband and I that when we get our hands on sugar, we get really happy, and it's hilarious. It's a joke. It's like, wow, look at what sugar just did to your brain. But the downfall of that is once you hit that quick surge of insulin, serotonin floods into the brain, but that only lasts about 15 or 20 minutes, and then you're right back down into the crash. It's like getting on the peak of the roller coaster and then getting sent down really quickly. And that crash can again bring you right back to that state of feeling low, feeling depressed, having high anxiety, being irritable. And so what's better than being on this roller coaster of insulin rush and serotonin rush is instead to try to stay stable so that your brain can become really efficient at creating good amounts of serotonin over a long and consistent period of time. Now, I am one of those go, go, go type personalities. I have a very hard time keeping my blood sugar stable. And so I've actually been able to come up with some really simple, easy, and accessible tricks that have been able to help me with my hypoglycemic tendencies. And it's really allowed me to experience my life, my day, and just be more resilient in my day-to-day functions and my day-to-day tasks. And I've shared those 3 tips with you, my top 3 favorite tips, right below this video here on the blog today. Well, that's it for today. Please tune in next week. We'll be talking about insulin resistance and its depression connection. And if you like this video, please share it on Facebook. And if you have any questions or you want to share some blood sugar balancing tips of your own, please comment in the sections right below this video. And if you want the insider tips and tricks on how to build a body of vibrance, abundant energy, and masterful metabolism, head on over to truefunctionalmedicine.com and subscribe to our newsletter. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week on Dr. Melissa's Health Spotlight.